So I've sent him on his way, but I'm going to change this block pattern because this block pattern is a little tighter than I would like. And there we have it. All right, so while he's going around here, my rail construction train. I'm going to take Sulfur Depot, Base Station, and Oil Baron off just because right now I don't want it picking up stuff that I don't want it to carry at the moment because I don't have it set up for that right now. And I have not checked each of the stations to make sure they're all based on load. So I'm just going to have it do some laps for a while. But when Sulfur Express does come through, I do want to make a change to that. All right, and there he goes. That makes me feel better. Alrighty, so we've got that sorted. So there's still some work to be done in terms of the T's and the turnarounds, but we've completed the full loop now, so that it goes around the entire map. So I need to make in the transitions and the bypasses for each of the stations, to deconflict if there's, so that we don't have any collisions and or blockups. So I will need to add that in. In addition, I do feel there is a gap down here in the swamp, by not having a station there. But that should give me, if I get a station down in the swamp, then that should give me a fairly well distributed network of trains to be able to, and stations to be able to begin running a proper distribution network. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing as I move forward is I've been doing, looking into a lot of this information, is starting to establish proper buses off of the train stations. So buses being kind of like a data bus, so that I can have all of those materials come off. Pardon me. Have all of those materials come off of the train and then sort into a network that can kind of, for the buses, a design that can handle all of those materials, so that regardless of where I build my next base, all of these materials that I've been farming that have been kind of starting to lock up at each of those locations, that have been starting to max out and stall out and everything. I don't need to run these long single lines for plastic, etc. Between bases. The trains should take care of that and distribute that around the entire network, so that everything will be continually working, right? So things like these copper rolls and the Carterium wires or quick wire, steel rolls, etc., will build up into a storage network throughout the entire map. So then I can then determine the next location for a major manufacturing hub, which I think is going to be down here. This is probably, from what I remember now seeing, this is probably the flattest and the most consistent of terrain, that I can build out a fairly solid grid aligned or global aligned grid, that then I can start to finally build out some additional blueprints. So the blueprints of what I've been building, right? I've got in my oil and fluids, I've got a fully contained quad fuel refinery, a 7,200 megawatt power substation, which is nice to have. I don't really need to worry about that for right now. But this is where a lot of it's going to be, is the construction. So the assembler, the triple assembler, the quad smelter, dual manufacturer, and the constructor. I'm also going to need to build in to here a blender into here. What else do I have in the production range? And a packager. I have the refinery. I have not messed with the particle accelerator yet because I don't have all of the supplies yet. But the power usage on this means I'm going to need to really boost up my power production. So I think my next big focus is going to probably be building up the manufactories, so that I can the manufacturers and the blenders, so that I can build up the materials I need to establish nuclear power plants and waste management for those. I think that's the one that I've been the most hesitant about implementing, because I just don't know and can only imagine having like a meltdown and blowing up my entire island. But I think that'll be the part that I need to do next, so that I can establish enough power for my island to not have to worry about it again for a while. So at 2,500 megawatts per reactor versus the next largest that I have in terms of power generation is fuel power generator at 250. So take 10 of these to make one of these. And then you look over here, and you can actually see over there that I've been doing exactly that. There's almost 10 of those over there to generate the power I need. Plus a few over here running on high octane fuel. I'll continue to boost by purifying the fuel container or the fuel feed over there. But it is going to need to be, I am going to need to start to really focus on fuel production as we go forward. Now I'm going to head over here because pretty soon I'm going to need to go jump on. I don't know if I'm going to get there in time, actually. See if I can get there in time to jump on my rail construction train. Because I'm going to pull it up off to the side. Unload those mats that I had been stashing on there and farming as I was going. Yeah, I'm not going to make it in time. Well, it depends on how long the Sulfur Express is there docking. Actually, you know what I could do is just wait here for it, maybe. Let's see. He's about to release the dock, isn't he? Okay, he just released the dock, which means the other train, rail construction train's gonna go. So it's gonna be a race, but I might be able to get there in time. I made it. So I'm just gonna ride on him for a minute. Wait for him to clear through. Okay. he can hang there. And we'll head back over to main base. I am going to check the fuel production ratio of the turbo fuel. So I think I've got more than enough here. Where I'm going to put a valve on this guy. Didn't realize just how much my max consumption went up by building that train rail too. It's getting real high. Now luckily my consumption is pretty low. But I'm going to see how much I get here by changing the fuel burn. And my consumption is low. So that's good. So when this goes offline, I'm not going to blow a fuse. Okay, so production numbers are pretty much the same, which I expected. It's just burning a lot slower. 15 versus 50. So this is burning at 500 megawatts every 4 seconds. At 84% efficiency. Hey! I am doing very well. Thank you so much. Did you just get off of a stream? I did not see where you just came from. Thank you so much for the hugs. Oh, well, hi. Thank you so much for stopping in, Kaz. It's always a big thank you for when you do, and it's always a big happiness. Oh, I'm sorry. Been a not so awesome day. Well, I hope tomorrow is better. I have to go into the city tomorrow, but I will be back tomorrow night, and hopefully I can catch up with you. If you want, hit me on Discord, and we can chat anytime. I'm going to be actually closing out the stream here pretty soon, so I'll be available to pop on Discord for a bit. Yes, absolutely. I've actually just did a few things. I just added my computer specs onto my my about as a panel. So I just got that added up yesterday. Made me realize some things I want to upgrade. I'm also working on some additional things for the layout, and I want to clean up my background and some of those things. So, yeah, panels are great, although I'm just scratching the surface. So I'm definitely looking to sample from some others. So I'm going to take a look. I know over in Brick Building, there's some people that have posted some nice guides. I'm going to be looking at that. Some other people out in the greater world that have posted kind of some of their extensions and panels. I'm definitely going to be picking up on that. I'm also going through. I was laughing at on your stream the other night when you were talking about going in and activating some of your commands, and it made me realize, oh, I need to write some of my commands so I don't have to go, and I have a notepad file where I copy different things that I want to make sure I post, like the link to my Discord, etc., that I never remember that I should just do a command. So that will make my life a lot better to get this activated. So yeah, but I'm sorry to hear that your day has not been super great. But hey, the day is over, and you get to head off to bed, relax a little bit, take care of yourself, and you know, get a clean start as if nothing happened tomorrow, and that's always the best part. So, but I don't have a stream tomorrow night. I think you do, or you on Tuesday. I'm really horrible at remembering these things. My ADHD is taking over. But I definitely want to catch up soon, so hit me on Discord. I'll also have some downtime on the train tomorrow because I'm going into the city for work, which is not usual. I'm usually home-based. And that's going to be half hour, 45 minutes in the morning and the evening, too. So feel free to hit me up. So, yeah, definitely. All right, well, hey, go. You are wonderful for coming on. I really appreciate you. It's been a pretty quiet night tonight for me, so but thank you so much, and go get some rest. Giving you a big virtual hug here, but thank you so much. You are the best, and have a great evening. I'm just working through because I have a very thin power margin here that I need to build up some. I like to be double capacity, so I want to make sure I've built in some security on that. Oh, definitely. I will definitely raid out. You bet. I definitely have to work on that a lot more. So, yeah. But have a great one. All right, my flow rate is up. So, okay, that is established. Where are we at on the burn rate on these? So I can boost these as well. I've got plenty of my power shards here. That's just a small amount. I have a whole bunch up in my dimensional portal. Ooh, forgot to change my color on that pipe to indicate what fluid is running through it. There we go. And now that I've done that, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open up the pipeway on this fuel over to the other factories, which I have valve controlled down here. Have a good one. Thank you, guys. I'm going to boost that up there, open it wide up. And then here I've got a basically a backflow check valve here that prevents backflow from coming up and countering it. So it is working and doing its job. These are going, so I'm now going to boost all of these and really crank up the power production. It shouldn't overpull on my lines, but we'll see. All right, so now that those are pulling heavier, first thing I'm going to do is make sure that those are not sinking at all, which they are not. I also had the double-in fuel filter coming from that other refinery over there, so it's got more than enough fuel going into the lines now. Yeah, it's cooking. It is absolutely cooking. We are not at any risk whatsoever. So that is flowing there. And where are we at on power generation? So 14.6. So where that is comparative after doing a couple of those switches is I was at around 12.7. So I've gotten an additional 2,000-ish capacity boost into the system here, plus that power boost right in here. That power